What's a rumor or headline about you that was totally false, but it still hurt?
Probably that I hate black men. And
I don't remember. I missed that one.
yeah, it's like that became a very prevalent narrative. And
Okay.
I've seen people in the YouTube space take off on me, and because people always send me the videos and I'm like,
You got a
okay,
black
whatever.
husband.
Eh, Thank you. I mean,
Like for real black too. So like,
right, exactly. And it's like I hate to,
yeah.
even though to some degree, I almost hate using that as a defense because I don't want it to feel like I got a black friend if you white. Like it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't mean some people can have the blackest families and the blackest lives, so to speak, and be anti-black. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't I hate using that as a defense. And the
Hmm.
reason why that narrative got out there was because this was some years ago. I retweeted a column that was done by an author named Damon Young,
Uh-huh.
and the now in all fairness, the headline on the article was incendiary, right? The headline on the article was "Black men are the white men of black people," right? It was something along that
Okay.
effect, and
Okay.
really the column was about misogyny in our community.
Hmm.
And I think misogyny in our community is real. I think
Yeah.
it's much more prevalent than we think. So really, to me, it wasn't really about the headline. It was about the content of what he was saying.
Hmm.
Because, and I know this, and I've experienced this personally in a lot of different ways. Professionally, I've experienced this, both inside corporate media and also in terms of reactions from, black men. Not all black men, because I know some of them are gonna be like, but not me, but not me. Got it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what is especially an especially tricky situation to navigate is when you're in a position in corporate media and you have to criticize black men. And when I say have to, meaning they have done something to deserve this. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm just wildly taking off on black men as a group or as a whole. It's
Mhm.
that there were some cases where I thought these black men deserved to be criticized, to
Right.
be honest. And it wasn't because they were black men, but because they did something shitty. And
Yeah.
every time I would do that, and it didn't happen often because listen, when you're at ESPN and it's like 90% of your conversations are about black athletes, just in general,
Hmm.
because of the makeup of the NBA, the NFL, like they're going to be about black athletes. So I
Yeah.
could say 500,000 things in a row positive about black male athletes. Let me say one negative. And it's suddenly, you just want to destroy us. You hate us. You don't like us, and blah, 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 blah. And some of the things they would say in criticisms of what I said about that particular athlete would sound just like what white dudes say to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it would bother me a lot. And especially when they would try to accuse me of just like not liking black men as a whole, which I thought was ridiculous. And
Right.
so when I, retweeted this particular column and saying I agree with the points made, a lot of black men just took off on me. And because of that, then came this narrative that I hate them. And I'm like, no, I don't hate you, but I want you to look and examine some of the misogyny that has been in our community. We're not, even though on some levels, obviously black men are more progressive than some men of other races in the sense
Hmm.
of like how the gender dynamics work differently in our community than others. But there are still like men who are misogynist, and there is
Right.
a level of misogyny that runs through our community unchecked, in part because our fight for racism has always been the number one battle. But as a black woman, I'm experiencing both levels of this. Like I'm experiencing racism and sexism at the same time. And so
Yeah.
there's, those conversations in our community, as you can probably see from social media and the blogosphere and all that have become, they've become major landmines and they go often unaddressed. So anyway, that narrative, every time I hear a black man say that, it does hurt because
Yeah.
listen, my love and affection for black men is never ending and it's unconditional. And it's because I love them that I don't mind checking them from time to time because I'm doing it out of love. I'm doing it because I want you to be better. And
Right.
the same goes for black women. It's like when black men have specific criticisms of us that are valid, like they're not, in some cases they're not doing it to be mean to us or doing
Right.
it because they don't like black women. It's like there are areas we need to be checked in. And I think it should go in both directions. But it's just that I find that some black men, they take these criticisms, and maybe because it's coming from us, that
Uh-huh.
they take these criticisms to mean that we don't like black men or that black men ain't shit. It's like, no, we just sometimes in a lot of cases, we literally just want y'all to be better because we know you can be better.
Yeah. And sometimes they not shit. Sometimes.
Sometimes some of them just ain't shit and unredeemable. This is very true. And especially if we want to get into conversations about some black men in our
Mhm.
community that are of note that have been abusive toward us, where we're the victim, but we're
Yeah.
expected to cover for them just because they're black. And I'm like, nah, because we have to look out and realize that black men or black, not black men, but black women are victimized by some of these unchecked predators that we've allowed to take space in our community, and they don't deserve to be there. So